Hi, my name is Robert Shelley with Shelley Law, and my law firm assists professionals with employment contract and independent contractor agreement issues. Today I'm going to talk about whether a job offer can be pulled for negotiating salary. In short, yes, it certainly can, but hopefully after this video, you can avoid that. So the first thing is, let's talk about the negotiation process. So let's say you start interviewing for a job. At some point, if it gets a little more serious, they're going to throw out what the opening compensation structure will be. If they ask you what you want, I would never throw out the first number. There's always a possibility your number is lower than what they are going to initially offer. And if you say a low number, they're going to hit that low number. So I would always be the one to wait for them to first, give that number. And then if the number is something you are not interested in or you would like more, you need to be armed with data to ask for more. And so you need to do some research. So you're going to have to go online and then find industry-specific associations tend to have the best and most accurate compensation numbers. If you just go to Indeed or Glassdoor or something and type in your profession, I find those are kind of inaccurate at best. So whatever your specific profession is, try to find some specific industry associations, and you can almost always find decent data on average compensation, in your specialty. And then you also have to determine if there's any productivity compensation involved in what your total comp will be. So for instance, many healthcare professions will have like a guaranteed base, but then they'll also make more, based upon their productivity or net collections or something like that. And so you need to factor that into whatever you're going to ask for. So once you have a number in mind that you feel is reasonable within the industry average amounts, you also need to think where you want to end up. So let's use some actual numbers as an example. If, for instance, they offered 125 and you want 150, well, kind of, like base level negotiation would be, ask for 175 and meet in the middle at 150. Now, if you're asking for a number that's so wildly inaccurate and outside of what anyone would make in your industry, I would never go that far because it makes you look like you're unprepared and don't know your own value. So the amount that you ask for always needs to be reasonable, but that one number is not the bottom line as far as whether a job is good or not. You also need to take into account, as I mentioned before, productivity compensation, any kind of retention bonuses, and then the benefits. Are you getting health, vision, dental, life, disability, retirement? If you're a healthcare provider, malpractice insurance, continuing education, are they paying for your dues and fees? You need to take all of that into account when determining whether a package of compensation is worth your time in entertaining. Now, how to actually provide the offer, I would usually do it in writing and say, thank you for let's use the 125 as the example. I appreciate you offering me 125,000. However, I believe the industry average, in this specialty is X, and I'd feel more comfortable at that amount. Or if, for instance, if you made more in your last job, I don't want to make less than I made in my last job. Therefore, I would want this amount. If you keep a reasonable offer or you make a reasonable offer, there is almost no chance that they're just going to automatically pull the job offer because you tried to negotiate salary. That would be a huge red flag. Anytime that I am negotiating a contract and the employer simply says, we do not negotiate anything, it's take it or leave it, it is a leave it on my side. Unless the client just absolutely, insists on signing the agreement. People and organizations and employers and bosses and anyone who operates under the take it or leave it kind of motto, I find, are usually very difficult to work with down the road, meaning if there are problems that arise after you're already employed, they're not great to work with. If they are taking the stance of you either take what we're offering you or go somewhere else, if something happens down the line, it will be difficult to work with them, probably. So a reasonable employer understands that negotiation is part of the process for anyone. And so as long as you ask for a reasonable amount, they will likely respond in a reasonable way. And perhaps if they say, well, we can't budge on the base salary, but we can budge on the productivity payments, or we can offer you maybe this much in benefits more, but or a signing bonus or something to get to there. But most reasonable employers are happy to negotiate to some extent. Now, if you have a contract and you're asking for 50 changes, in addition to insane amounts of comp and benefits and signing bonuses, that is the time where most employers may run the other way. Excuse me. So hopefully that helps a little bit in whether a job offer can be pulled if you negotiate salary. Absolutely it can. But if you approach it the right way, hopefully you will end up with more money in the long run. So if you have any questions about employment contract or independent contractor agreement, feel free to contact my law firm at the contact info listed below in the description. And if you have any questions, you can always leave a comment. I'm happy to answer any questions you have. All right, thanks for watching the video. Take care.